Hello, this is the lecture number 12 for the chapter sequence series, and in this lecture we are starting with the miscellaneous exercise. Now in question number 1, you have to prove that the sum of m plus nth term and m minus nth term is equal to twice the mth term. This you have to prove. M plus nth term of an AP and m minus nth term of an AP is equal to twice its mth term you have to prove. So m plus nth term of an AP, if first term is A and the common difference is D. So this is its m plus nth term, and the m minus nth term will be A plus m minus n minus 1 into D. So collect the like term. A plus A is 2A, and when you take D common in these two terms, it will be m plus n minus 1 plus m minus n minus 1, and this n will be cancelled out, so it will be 2m minus 2 into D. 2a, if you take 2 common, so it will be A plus m minus 1 into D, and which is the mth term. A plus m minus 1 into D is the mth term of an AP. So this you have to prove that the sum of m plus nth term and m minus nth term is equal to twice its mth term. So somewhat easy question this is. Now in question number 2, what you have to show that if the sum of three terms of an AP is 24 and their product is 440, you have to find the numbers. Now you know that that if the sum and the product of three numbers in AP is given, then you have to let those numbers be A minus D and A plus D in AP. अगर आपके पास थ्री नंबर्स AP का सम और प्रोडक्ट दे रखा है, तो you always let those three numbers in AP be A minus D, A and A plus D, because then the calculation base will become easy. So what is given? The sum of these three numbers is given as how much? It is equal to 24, and their product is given that A minus D, A and A plus D is given as 440. You have to find the numbers. So you can solve the first equation. This D से D will cancel out, so it becomes 3A is equal to 24 and A is coming out to be 8. And this, if we solve it, it is A square minus D square, A plus B, A minus B into A is equal to 440. When you replace the value of A as 8 and solve it, you'll get the value of D as plus minus 3. Plus minus 3. So therefore the two cases are there. If A8 or D is equal to 3, and another is A8 and D is equal to minus 3. ठीक है. So अगर आपके पास A ये है और D ये, तो टर्म्स कौन कौन सी होंगी? It will be A minus D, A plus D, और इस केस में भी A minus D, A and A plus D. Replace the value of this A and D. It will be 8 minus 3, that is 5, 8 and 11. In this 8 minus 3, 11, 8 and 5. So two cases can be there, 5, 8, 11 or 11, 8, 5. So whenever the sum and the product, the terms of an AP is given, you let it equal to A minus D, A and A plus D. Now in question number 3, it is given that S1 is the sum of n terms and S2 is the sum of 2n terms, read in your book, and S3 is the sum of 3n terms, and you have to prove that S3 is equal to 3 times S2 minus S1. So what you have to prove in question number 3, you have to prove that S3, which is the sum of 3n terms, is equal to 3 times S2 minus S1. So what is given? S1 is the sum of n terms of an AP, which is n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. S2 is sum of 2n terms, 2n minus 1 into D. And S3 is the sum of 3n terms, which is 2A plus 3n minus 1 into d. So these are the value of S1, S2 and S3 you read in your book, and you have to prove that this S3 is equal to 3 times S2 minus S1. Now if you subtract or if you take start from the right hand side, which is S2 minus S1, or if you subtract this, we need S2 minus S1. If you subtract this first from second, you will get S2 minus S1 is equal to 2n by 2 2a plus 2n minus 1 into d minus S1 n minus 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Simply replace the value of S1 and S2, and you have to arrange this, simplify this. You will get that n by 2a, you take n by 2a, so it will be 4a plus 4 nd minus 2d minus 2a minus nd plus d. You simply open the bracket and simplify, and if we multiply both sides by 3, it will be 3 S2, because we need right now at 3, so it will be 3n by 2, and it will be 4a minus 2a, it will be 2a, and you simplify this, it will be 3n minus 1 into d, which is equal to S3. This you have to prove, which is an easy question. You have to simply replace S1, S2 on the right hand side and multiply by 3. You will get S3, which is equal to 3n by 2, 2a plus 3n minus 1 into t. The question number 3, it is. Now in fourth, read it. The fourth says that find the sum of all numbers between 200 and 400, 200 and 400, which is divisible by 7. So you have to find those number which is divisible by 7 between 200 and 400. So the first number, if you calculate it, which is divisible by 7, will be 203. Then next will be 210. Then next will be 217, and so on. The last number before 400, which is divisible by 7, is 399. You take your own time to calculate these numbers. Now you have to find the sum of all these numbers, which is an AP, where first term is 203, the common difference is 7, and the last term is given as 399, so that you can easily find the value of n, that is how many numbers are there from 203 to 399. Replace the value of this as 203 and common difference is 7. तो यहाँ से आपके पास सॉल्व करेंगे, जो नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स आ रही हैं, it is equal to 29. So it means from this term to this term there are 29 terms. So it means now you can easily find the sum of how many number? 20 by number, which is n by 2, a plus l. A is 203 and last term is 399. You know that sum of the AP when the last term is given is n by 2 2a plus n by 2 a plus l, which is coming out to be 8729. So this is somewhat easy question. Only this is a standard 10th question. It is बिल्कुल 10th standard question था ये. Question number 5. Now read it. Find the sum of integers between from 1 to 100. 1 to 100, which is divisible by 2 or 5. वो नंबर्स का सम पता लगाना है 1 से लेकर 100 तक, जो या तो 2 से divisible है या 5 से. तो be very careful. You have to find the sum of those numbers. So those numbers are 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 and so on up to you can say 96. यहाँ से 95 से start कर लें. 95, 96, 98 and 100. So these are the numbers, and if you see the pattern of these numbers, some of them are even numbers up to kitna 100 and another are multiple of 5, that is 5, 15, 5, 15, 25 and up to 95. I've separated those number which is a multiple of 2, and those are remaining which are 5, 15 remaining, 25 remaining, and so on. And we know that the sum of this is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 50, and in there you can take 5 common, 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to 19. So this is the number. Now if you see it, it is a sum of first 50 natural numbers, and this is a sum of first 10 odd numbers. That is, you can add it like this. It will be 50 natural number n by 2 into a plus n minus 1 into d. D is here 1. Similarly 5, it is a AP whose first term is 1, and numbers are 1 to 19, they are 10. So n by 2 into a plus n minus 1 into d. D here is 2. So you add these and you are getting these as 3050. So like this you can do it. Question number this is 5. Now in question number 6, you have to find the sum of all 2-digit number, that is from 10 to 99, which when divided by 4 gives 1 as a remainder. So 2-digit number which is divisible by 4 leaves 1 as a remainder. So what can those numbers be? The first number of 2-digit is 10. So when it's dividing first 2-digit number which is divisible by 4 is 12, and you have to need 1 as a remainder. The first number will be 13. Next will be 16 plus 1, that is 17. Next will be 20 plus 1, that is 21, and so on. I have written those 2-digit numbers which is divisible by 4 plus 1, and the last will be 96 plus 1, that is 97. Now you have to find the sum of these two. You know the first term is 13, the common difference is 4, the nth term is 97, and this type of question you know how to do it. This question is just a class 10th standard. 13, you can easily find the number of terms. The common difference is 4. The number of terms is coming out to be 22. Now you can easily find the sum of these 22 terms, which is n by 2, a plus l. A is 13 and l is 97, and you are getting as 1210, the sum of the numbers, 2-digit number which is divisible by 4 leaving 1 as a remainder. Question number 6. Now question number 7, read it. Somewhat different question it is. It is given that this fx plus y is equal to fx into fy, and f1 is given as equal to 3, and you have to find the number of terms. So f1 is given. Now f2 you can write as 1 plus 1, f1 plus 1, which is equal to fx into fy, that is f1 into f1, by using this identity, and that is 3 into 3, that is 9 we are getting, and that is 3 square. And if you have to find f3, so you can write f2 plus f1, which is coming out to be f2 into f1. This is f2 is 9 and this is 27, and like this it is 4. You can write f3 plus 1, and using this identity, f3 into f1, which is 27 into 3, which is 81. Like this we can arrange. We are getting these numbers. So fn and summation of these numbers, that is fn, is given as equal to 120. That is the sum of these numbers is equal to 120. So it is equal to f1 plus f2 plus f3 up to fn is given as 120. ये आपको given है. तो f1 तो हमारे पास 3 है, f2 हमारे पास 9 आया था, f3 हमारे पास 27 आया था, and so on. Now because this is in GP, ये हमारे पास एक GP बन गया जिसकी n टर्म तक का सम 120 है. So it will be a r raised to power n minus 1 upon r माइनस 1 इज इक्वल टू 120। जब आप इसको सॉल्व कर रहे हैं तो n की वैल्यू यू नो इट, बहुत ईजिली आप पता कर लेंगे। इट इज कमिंग आउट टू बी 4। सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन नंबर आपका 7। नाउ इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 द सम ऑफ सम टर्म ऑफ ए जीपी इज 315। कुछ जीपी की टर्म का सम हमारे पास गिवन है। It is Sn is equal to 315 and its first term and 5 and common ratio is 2. You have to find the last term and the number of terms. So A r raised to power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, that is 2 upon 2 minus 1 is equal to 315. So by solving it you are getting 2 raised to power n is equal to you are getting as 64. So it means 2 raised to power n is equal to 2 raised to power 6. So therefore n is equal to 6. So the number of terms here is 6 and the last term here will be P6, that is a r raised to power 5, a is 5 and r is 2 raised to power 5. This is the last term of this, which will be equal to, last term will be the nth term, that is 6. The number of terms are 6 and the last term, which is the 6th term, is a raised to power r raised to power 5, which is 160. So this is the question number 8 and discuss the remaining questions in the next lecture. Thank you.